please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Within the space of world, something rather peculiar is going on, and because of this, I can't tell whether the order of events is that Shantel spoke of it first, this then led to the hobbit-sized peen of the Shire, the Canadian one, and Dudu the Grey off on their adventure decided they had to now, because they were compelled to, discuss more about Shantel. Shantel has, because of a green card run, visa run, whatever it's called, gone on a little jaunt on her own. In doing so, she spent the entire time in her hotel room baked off her face. This in turn has led to Shantel saying things that she really shouldn't be saying, more notably talking about her booty again. I played a clip recently of her talking about, well, the dingleberries, and Michael B. Petty's reaction to it, because it is iconic. Well, it turns out Shantel has decided to divulge some additional information about this area of the body, and I don't know how anyone can upload what she said to YouTube and get monetized. So we're going to play our card very carefully and see what we can get away with. I'm going to first of all thank Piggy, because I've stolen the clip from your channel. I'll link this down below. It does, just for the sake of it, bleed over, continue on to an individual who I've called, well, that Hobbit of the Shire, Penis. I haven't decided what to call him yet. Maybe Lack of Wise with a bit of gangrene. Lack of Wise gangrene. That works. Yeah, because the tosser called Samwise has me blocked on Twitter. I like this. This was so bad that my mod, Leona, genuinely had to step away from this one because it bothered her so much. And it bothers me too. And then I start laughing because I can't believe this kind of rubbish still happens. Especially because Lack of Wise Gangrene has been yeeted off YouTube multiple times and is now using multiple different accounts to talk about, well, Shantel. Whether that be the channel called Nader El Shami, where he is still active in some capacities, or recently 2 weeks ago with a movie night stream, or on another channel called Naddy Daddy Baddies, where he streams and uploads on a more frequent basis. He uploads videos almost daily, he streams almost daily, sometimes multiple times a day in fact. The problem obviously with Shantel, and for many within is that we all want Nader to vanish. We all do. I don't want to make more videos on him, because there's no bloody point. But Shantel needs the attention. She's starved for it, so of course she has to name drop, and so she has to reference, name drop at every possible opportunity. Based on what is on the Naddy Baddy Daddy's channel, I would be right to assume that Shantel started this by going through the, well, regurgitated phase of her cycle where she will start to provide a bit too much information. TMI again. She will, once she's back in Kuwait, undoubtedly delete all of that content and claim she's on the path to redemption as a good Muslim revert, when reality is she's been doing this in Kuwait for a year and a half, and she will continue to do it for as long as she's perpetuating this fraudulent lifestyle. I can't wait, by the way, for the day you are finally permanently sent back to Canada, and then hopefully put in prison for tax evasion, because I'd like to see you succeed at a weight loss journey, and that will certainly expedite it. Let us now go to the video from Piggy, where there's been a bit of alteration to the audio, the visual, but certain key points are made within it that need to be referenced. Now,
I woke up to a message from Installa asking if I farted, and it was a clip from one of Biggie's videos. And I freaking, died. I hope I don't get kicked out for laughing so hard this morning. I was like, no, it's a noise. Look, I'm on some medication that you're not supposed to overeat on or eat. Your stomach is supposed to get, not eat much. Metformin, and I had I had a lot, right? Because I was, friggin' munching out. I was still starving. and the insulin makes you hungry. So those combinations create some frickin' toxic byproducts.
I see we're doing stellar work, not doing too much in the way of TMI here, Shantel, as always. Thank you for sharing with us that your husband still has a kink for flatulence. Although at least your husband has taken an interest in your flatulence. Has he taken any interest in anything else, by chance?
Is he mad about the No. Actually, I haven't talked to him yet because he hasn't woken up yet. So I don't know, maybe he'll be mad.
Well, you're on a visa run, making it seem like you're on a holiday. You've barely left your hotel room the entire time you've been there, and he's not there with you. Almost like you couldn't afford him this time. I'd be inclined to believe that your legitness husband is not going to be in attendance, although he has been appearing in live chats. IRL I'm referring to in this instance, not the live chat part, because why does he need to be there? And why does he have to care about your flatulence? It's not like you're dishonouring him, your husband, that is. No, don't be silly.
I'm supposed to be modest and ladylike, and I'm really just like, I mess up a lot. Like, I'm sorry, but like, it could, like, I literally just like happened. It was impromptu and ow, yeah, it does hurt my sciatica.
The problem you have, Shantel, when it comes to your health is that you eat so much bad food, your body, and you also drink a lot of air, it just accumulates in your abdomen and it goes one way, or multiple ways all at once, but generally you can only do one thing at a time. You want to look after your health, but the farting is another consequence of you doing nothing for your health. Hell, you blame your sciatica, but you lay down most of the time. You're practically bedbound these days. Now we should probably get to the part where you discuss something I think that ties into Nader.
Brown Road is better than Okay, you know, whenever you have discoloration, like, let's...
Her brown road is not too personal, but a marriage certificate is. WTF.
I bought that bleach. Like, you know, it's a little darker down there, so...
So that's why I want to buy bleach.
This, coupled with what Nader did, was a verifiable and totally valid reason for my lovely mod no longer wanting to look into any of this until it blew over. Whereas I sat back and thought, I'm still surprised he's on YouTube after what he did. We're going to let Shantel finish her little TMI, and I'm sorry if you don't like it, I really am, but context is vitally important. And then we'll get to what Nader did, although I don't believe I can show you any of it.
There's like little dark spots, like, you know, like when you're bigger, the sun, there's like air don't get some places, so I get chupper up in a lot of places. I have to bleach the booty. It's for the inner thigh too, but I have to do like other places. Hi!
It's impressive what Chantel's willing to discuss when she is compromised, because, while not in Kuwait, she'll partake in something that she probably shouldn't as a good Muslim revert. And let's be honest here, since I've seen you trying to put on a sock, I'd love to know how you managed to bleach your dark spots, as you call it. Do you pull out one of those toilet brushes, or one of those telescopic back scratchers, and just attach the relevant items to it to get into those crevices, so you can look as perfectly white for your husband as possible? I assume this goes along with a back sack and crack wax.
Anyways, it's private, like who cares? Anyways, it's better, like at least I'm healthy. I don't have like gonorrhea every 2 weeks, so that this département de sexe doesn't know my name by heart. Oh, you're back. Okay, which girl now did you infect, you disgusting...
Tell me you're obsessed without telling me.
Dirtbag. He knew, because he would have had swelling, so... Or something. It didn't just happen, you know? Like, disgusting to think that was near me.
Now, unless I'm mistaken, and I could well be, that may well be the part of the clip that tied in quite handily to Naddy Daddy Baddies. Oh, and if you're now going to start privacy complaining about me talking about you, don't bother. You lost every single time. If memory serves, you have filed close to 10 against me. Shifting the goalposts and the timestamps every time I pointed out, you got it wrong. Le score actuel est 10-0 pour moi. Congratulations. In a stream titled Shala, Come see what you cannot do. For an hour and 54 minutes and 19 seconds, although it was longer, Nader talks about Shantel for quite a bit of it. He goes through much of their things, and he had to splice some things from it. This is why I'm confused how he still has a channel, because if I'm to believe what I had seen on Twitter via screenshots, he put a picture on the screen that should not have been there. Now you're going to notice here, I'm not showing any of his content. He is strike happy, he is privacy strike happy, he is complaint happy. And to be honest, I don't want to give him that kind of attention, so I'm not going to link to him. I'm just going to highlight the fact that he did, for a time, have pictures on his screen of something he should not have put there that falls, I believe, under revenge porn. I'll be honest at this present moment, by the way, I'm somewhat surprised he's willing to do this, because it doesn't drum up additional interest in what he does. And if the rumours are to be believed, his partner, the Grey, is about to have her home repossessed for not paying the mortgage. So unless you and Shantel are collaborating to drum up this kind of interest for one another, this isn't going to work, and you're more than likely going to end up in some sleaze one-star hotel with a cute little chair where Shantel can starfish on it when she returns to fulfill her glorious purpose and sit on a throne she can't understand and starfish like a pro. Now, it was confirmed via Perfectly Imperfect on Twitter that he did in fact edit this particular live stream to remove out the parts where on the TV screen it was quite clearly him sticking it somewhere called the Brown Road. This is not a flex. It does fall under revenge porn because he's shown something he shouldn't have shown. It does violate YouTube's terms of service. I'm all in favour of not showing you any of his content so he doesn't get any extra views. I am, however, in favour of him getting reported because he's breached terms of service with actual literal pornography. We must abide suitable standards for decorum on this platform. You can edit the live stream all you like, but the OG version still exists, and no amount of effort on your part, Nader, will make that vanish. The internet really is forever, and there's at least one forum where you have an entire thread. Undoubtedly it would be there as well. It's also speculated under another name that Nader has been in Shantel's live chats. This clip should demonstrate that suspicion.
Bunch of caution cones in a construction area. Millie! Oh my gosh, that's funny. You were beezing. Hello, Desert Prince.
Now, whether it be this or the fact Shantel has mentioned him in her content, he is not relenting. He has been incredibly active on his channels. Well, okay, just the one channel, the Naddy Daddy Baddies one, uploading multiple videos, one of which includes messages between himself and Shantel over a period of nearly 13 minutes. He shows a lot of messages in a very short space of time, with a very baity thumbnail indicating she is, well, on the ground. I don't know how to describe it, and I'm not going to show it. As far as live streams go, he has streamed over the past, well, week more than 12 times. Of those 12 streams, Shantel has featured in the majority. Hell, since the stream he's now edited, he has streamed 3 more times. All 3 of them happening within the space of 24 hours. One being about receipts, one a thick slice of humble pie, and the other just calling Shantel a liar. All her beezers need to see this. Now, as far as his viewership goes, he doesn't get much in the way of traction, nor should he. It's why we're not showing anything of his. If you want to go find it, you can go find it. I want to highlight the fact that not only are you still here, not only have you ban evaded, not only are you breaching terms of service, let's pretend for a moment you aren't ban evading, because somehow the Nader El Shami channel still exists. You still showed naked pictures on your live stream of Shantel, I believe, of her rooty tooty booty, bleached booty that is. You showed that, and then you had to quickly edit it after the fact, so you didn't get yeeted, which you should be yeeted for. You should be. I'm happy for you to disappear into irrelevancy, but I also want you to abide the rules of the internet and generally the rules of the world as a whole. We do not share those kind of pictures, and you shouldn't have them still. You should have deleted those receipts, because those aren't receipts you keep hold of. Once you put those on the internet, you just give them to the internet. We don't need the ammunition to see her booty. We really don't. But we do need you to, well, leave. We really do. I also want to query something, although I doubt either of you will tell me. Why in the dark, in your apartment, was Dee Dee wearing sunglasses. It certainly wasn't a quirk of fashion, since she, like you, are hardly known for being fashionable individuals. It had been speculated black eyes were being hidden. I thought maybe it was just trying to hide that, guilt does normally come from the eyes first. I wonder if you two are looking for a new place to live yet, since you haven't paid your mortgage. I know that in the grand scheme of what I do on this platform, I haven't shown you any, but this is one of those TED Talk rants where I have to tell you and hope that if you want to go look for it, you know where to go. If you want to see the pictures, edited slightly, perfectly imperfect on Twitter. If you want to go see the live streams with all these receipts, you go to the Nader Baddie Daddy Baddies whatever channel. That one, the rhymey alliteration thing. Or you can take my word for it and then you don't have to suffer. I somehow have to work this into my end of year reviews for Shantel because it's going to feature and I don't know how to do it because this video doesn't really do it justice. But I want to talk about it because I want to highlight the fact that he's still here and he's still doing things he shouldn't be doing. If you haven't got a strike by now, YouTube has let everyone else down. And to be honest, I'm not defending Shantel, but since it was her pictures on the screen, they've let her down a bit as well. Then again, he has done it in the past, 2 years ago, to somebody else. He also did it to Shantel with her mouth wrapped around something, although based on the fact that there wasn't much in the way of suction going on, it can't have been that big. I wonder what it was. One's noggin is certainly jogging.
I have fat reserves for energy.